on YouTube!
Yay!
Oh, YouTube!
The button doesn't
It didn't
has
catch
to go.
fire.
Huh.
Oh, it didn't sparkle either. How do I still have a mute button? That baffles me.
Yeah, I've got to figure out how to take that away.
How did I go white?
What?
Racist?
No, the best thing in the world is asking my boss if they want white rice or brown rice, and no matter what they say, I just call them a racist.
That is me. We are the same
What
person.
about fried rice or steamed rice and dirty rice?
Racist.
Dirty rice is
No,
what we
that's-
call. Never mind.
Yeah, we're live on YouTube.
Dirty Rice is what we call a particular program that is intended for children viewing, but isn't always viewed by children.
All right, so let's go ahead and get this thing going. Now we're at 10:15, so we're gonna go ahead and start this up. Are we recording? I should ask this before I started getting ready to go.
I've got no buttons. I've got no buttons.
And I've got to
Raul, have you
Yes.
buttoned the buttons? Julie, do the thing.
What?
Can I just talk about that show real quick? That is an amazing show.
It's the greatest show ever. By the way, totally watch Voltron because it's just it's the same production crew, same voice actors doing the same thing just with Voltron instead of Last Airbender stuff. It is fantastic.
Okay,
I have watched
thing
that entire
bothers
series twice.
I'm only like 4 episodes in.
Dude!
No. I have one issue. The
What?
over-reliance on Voltron. Just like, Voltron!
Have you never watched the 80s show?
Yes, I have.
They tried one thing and then they're like, screw this, get Voltron. At least they try to use the lions in this one. But in the original, they never used the lions. It's like, oh, the lions are completely useless. Black Lion, I forget the original Black Lion pilot's name. Not Black Lion, Red Lion. It's like he tries something because he's rash and then gets kicked and they're like, okay, screw this, Voltron time.
Yeah.
Are we unrecorded on AGR yet?
It tells me I'm live on AGR, but it's just I'm not showing it on the front page.
Are we recording at least?
Yes, we are recording.
All right, we're gonna go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You are listening to a podcast of the Geek.io Media Network. For all of our shows and more, visit geek-io.net. And to help support the network, head over to patreon.com/geekio.
Hello, gentle listener. While Geek.io holds its talent to the highest standards, what follows will likely involve the sort of language usually reserved for sailors on leave. If you're of a delicate disposition, then perhaps you would consider a different podcast.
Is this the real life? Is this...
Why did that play?
Oh, we have got company. Taxi. Stupid bats, you're ruining date night!
This is the Geek.io Rant and Review with your hosts, CJ Boat, Jared Azevedo,
Who's not here?
Raul Garza, and everyone's favorite Aussie, Dale Campbell. This week, what do you like better? Will Smith's beard, Jared Leto Joker, or Harley Quinn booty shorts?
Booty
And more
shorts.
as we discuss Suicide Squad.
Without Jared.
He's here in Seoul.
It's kind of like the same reason why I only play the Budlong clips, because I want to keep them in the show. Hi, everybody! How you doing? This is the Geek IO show, episode number 165. What? Stop it! Episode number 165, our rant review of Suicide Squad, recorded Thursday, the 18th of August, 2016. I'm CJ. Nah, shoddy, I'm beautiful. Boat.
I'm Raul. Delete my internet history. Garza.
And I am the vacationing Dale, known to be quite vexing Campbell.
Indeed, 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 and yes, he is. So.
You've still got your picture up, CJ.
Oh, that's all right. It's a good picture.
I think I need more water.
So, yeah, and as we are wont to do, here comes the very, very much so video clip of the trailer for an audio-based podcast. Come on, do it. Do it. Do the thing.
Gentlemen,
Best to flash on the logos first.
Superman had decided to fly down, rip off the roof of the White House, grab the president right out of the Oval Office. Who would have stopped him?
Just so we don't get kicked off YouTube.
Can do some good.
Oh yeah, shit, copyrighted music. Damn it, Suicide Squad.
We did not think that one through, did we?
No, I did not. So
We played less than like 2 seconds of it, so it should be fine.
yeah, we thought that last time. So this is Suicide Squad. I wanted us to do a rant and review over it, and also, you know, kind of the rest of the universe, because it's made all of the monies. Movie can be seen in the theaters. Movie synopsis, very brief, of course, is a secret government agency recruits a group of imprisoned supervillains to execute dangerous Black Ops missions in exchange for clemency, which inevitably leads to chaos. Released the day before the greatest day ever, August 5th, 2016. The main actors and actresses, surprisingly hard to get off of freaking IMDb.
Yeah, because Hand Agent got second billing, or whatever the hell that name was.
Right? I don't know what was going on with IMDb's billing. Like, Will Smith is Deadshot / Floyd Lawton. Margot Robbie is
star of the movie.
Oh yeah. Margot Robbie is Dr. Harleen Quinzel, Harley Quinn. Viola Davis is Amanda the Waller. Jared Leto is the weirdest Joker possibly ever seen. Jai Courtney is the best version of Boomerang I've ever seen. Jay Jimenez is El Diablo, which I've never heard of, but I want to see more of. Oh boy. Adequal Akimonji Agajabe as Killer Croc.
A crocodile as Killer Croc.
Right? By the way, completely physical costume for him.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, that was not CG. Cara Devlugny as June Moon / Enchantress. And the weirdest recasting of all time, Joel Kinnaman is Rick Flag.
Who is supposed to be Rick Flag?
Tom Hardy.
Oh.
I really I'm like, ooh, Tom Hardy is Rick Flag, okay. And they're like, oh no, Joel Kinnaman, like that guy from The Soup?
Although,
I'm confused.
good recast in my opinion. But we'll get to that.
Not in my opinion. All right, little bit of trivia. To try and find the perfect Joker laugh, Jared Leto publicly tried different laughs in New York City and Toronto to see which made people more uncomfortable.
Wow.
The majority of cast and crew got the word squad spelled SKWAD in honor of this film. Tattoos were even applied by some of the cast members, Margot Robbie and Will Smith in particular. In May 2016, 3 months before this movie came out, Warner Brothers announced that Margot Robbie would reprise her role as Harley Quinn in an upcoming Harley Quinn project, which she would also produce. Not much else has been revealed about the project, but it is rumored to be focused on the female heroes and villains of the DC Universe. And here we go. Tom Hardy was originally cast as Rick Flag, but dropped out due to The Revenant, much better movie. That Hardy had previously played Bane in The Dark Knight Rises, 2012, who was a former member of the Suicide Squad in the comic books. Hardy later expressed his regret in leaving the role, as he did not want to lose work.
Which is fair. Which is fair.
To prepare for his role as Deadshot, Will Smith shaved his head and spent time training with Navy SEALs and Army Rangers, practicing firing a Glock 9mm handgun and an AR-15 rifle. The actor turned out to be a quick learner, particularly with long-distance shots using the AR-15, which is really cool. And for those who want the Joker mobile that you saw in the movie, it is a customized Infiniti G35 Vader. That car alone goes for about $40,000.
Which is not bad. I mean, for a car,
the customizations. Without the customizations.
Okay. I'm hearing myself. I'm hearing myself.
Oh my!
Is that you, CJ?
I have my FX down.
1 2 1 2.
Yeah, you shouldn't be hearing yourself at all.
All right, give me 1 second. Let me check something. 1 2 1 2.
1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Yeah. Testing 1 2 1 2.
1 2 1 2. Yeah, I can't hear myself now with CJ.
I can't hear myself either. I literally have the 3 things I have open is Google Drive, today's docs, and the Hangouts. That's all I have open. Like, that's direct input on my microphone.
It seems like it only happened when we went live.
That's weird.
Oh, do you have the music FX turned up?
No, I have everything turned down on the FX end.
Oh. Anyway, we'll push on. It's fine.
A couple of goofs. The length of Joel Kinnaman's hair as Rick Flag consistently changes from short to medium, revealing those specific scenes that were reshoots. Harley falls a long distance into a deep vat of chemicals, after which the Joker jumps in after her. Somehow he is able to lift her to the surface of the liquid, appearing to be standing on solid ground. Also, not an hour after mentioning she can't swim.
Exactly. Exactly. I can't swim.
Jared Leto's real tattoos are visible in a couple of scenes, most notably the triangle on his forearm as seen through the shirt during the nightclub scene.
I wouldn't call that really goof.
Yeah, well, they're supposed to be just the Joker tattoos.
Fair.
All right, so the harshest criticisms for me are going to come in the top half of this show, where we talk about the production side of things. Because
I don't know where my criticism is going to come from. Probably the top half and some of the bottom half. I don't know.
I have one thing that I caught in the production, and it's towards the end of the movie.
Okay.
Okay, you know right there where they're facing in spoilers because it's a rent review. There's the very end.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's it.
Yeah, it's not getting any better. I thought we could have pushed on, but it's not getting any better.
All right, 1 2 3. 1 2 3.
Yeah, it's a direct echo. Oh.
Like, I have all of my FX stuff completely down, every single one of them.
Yeah, the thing is that you're not hearing yourself. Oh,
No,
wait,
I'm hearing
1, 2,
myself.
3. Well, yeah, you're hearing yourself because of your mixer.
Yeah.
What are you sending out? But why is it right when we freaking? Wait, do you have the Hangouts? I mean, not the Hangouts, but do you have the YouTube live video on?
Oh
turned on?
crap! Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
Oh, that could be it.
Okay,
I
there. I
don't
turned
know what
off
that noise
explicit
is, by the way.
sound.
I don't know what that is. Yeah, there you
Oh,
go.
1,
There
2,
you go.
3,
System
1, 2, 3.
sounds. There you go.
Yay!
Also, I'm
Sorry
glad I'm not doing the
about
audio,
that.
otherwise weird noises.
Not my fault.
Oh,
Wait,
It's all
no,
Raul's
we're
fault.
still hearing us. There you
What?
go. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3,
One.
1, 2. Oh, okay. It must have fixed itself. That's weird.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay, how about now?
No. Okay. Move on.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Are we good?
Move on.
All right,
Yeah,
I
keep
think
your
we
hand.
are good.
Keep your hand right there. Keep your hand right there.
All right. At the very
Moving
end,
on.
where they're facing down in Enchantress, she's already been depowered and all that. The the effects on the floor when they go to the white shot, they look very unprocessed.
Yeah, it's like
I don't know. Go on.
some of the CG in this entire movie, kind of wrote on me pretty negatively. Like the stuff that they were shooting with physical things, which there was quite a bit of that, but like all of the most of the CG was just really, really off and off-putting, certainly.
Which part?
For me, wow, my internet must be bad. I'm getting a delay. For me, I think it's in that sort of scene. We're talking about the Enchantress being depowered. In that scene, I was watching it. You'd get one sort of camera quality, and then it would cut away, and then you would cut back to the Enchantress, and it would be a different quality altogether. Like it would be fully rendered and sort of 3D. If that makes sense. I saw it in 2D, so that's not me saying it's 3D.
So it was 3D. Definitely don't waste your time on it. Like it's nothing.
Yeah.
I just wanted to do it just to have also when I wanted to go see this for the second time to nitpick it and do my critiquing thing. It was the only time that was available. Yeah, the 3D in this is just it's really really weak.
Yeah, I mean,
you get what it. Go on.
The villains were all pure CGI, right?
Oh yeah, the human mutant beehive face guys.
I'm trying to like think of this movie and trying to troubleshoot your audio issue because the echo.
Yeah, we're at the same time.
You're still doing it? What the actual fuck?
Is it system sounds?
Okay.
It keeps changing. It keeps cutting in and out. Oh no, there we go. We're back. All right. Yay, echo. All right. Well, there you go.
Yeah. Well,
He's muted.
I guess we can see if CJ can. I guess turn down his audio, but he's recording, right?
No, you're recording, aren't you?
Yeah. I'm
But
recording.
he's playing sounds.
Yeah.
But he's not recording, so it's just you.
All right. Yeah. So like all the minions were pure CG. I think the reason why, I mean, Suicide Squad is an older comic, but I think the reason why they chose to do Suicide Squad was the villains don't have, they're considered super villains, but their powers aren't hugely reliant on CGI.
Fair, but I would sort of disagree with, I don't know the characters in too detail, the Fire guy does require a bit of CG.
El Diablo, but they limited his. Yeah, they gave a reason why he wasn't using it. So they limited yeah, that was a lot of work that they did. I mean, just him doing the little dancing, his wife,
Yeah.
and the buy, and then what else? Him going
The massive
full.
fire explosions, yeah. The
Yeah.
full ball one. But they gave him, I feel with El Diablo's character, I felt like they didn't want to do fully CG, so they gave him a cop-out line, what I like to call a cop-out line,
Yeah.
where we're just not going to use this character because it's too much work. That's where I think, I'm not complaining that Harley Quinn was at the forefront here, which that's my argument, is that it was Harley Quinn's movie, because she ran away with it. But she didn't require any work. She required the least work.
Yeah, but I actually think it was more Deadshot.
Yeah.
You were more devoted to Deadshot because it was Deadshot and Harley Quinn that they gave more backstory to. You were more.
You got 2 scenes of Deadshot and more of that than Harley.
You got 3 with Harley. No.
You got an entire third of the movie with Harley Quinn with those thrust into because they apparently just needed 2 Joker scenes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And
why not?
Since you're bringing up the Joker, there wasn't enough of him to tell me to say if he was a good or a bad Joker.
Exactly my problem with that entire thing. That Joker subplot line was completely unneeded. It was ridiculous, and it was just kind of it felt like it was just thrust in there. And apparently, Jared Leto was super pissed off that they cut out apparently a bunch of his stuff. So that entire thing, with what they had in there, you really didn't need any more of it. You could have just even cut out all of it except maybe the Batman rescuing her from the date night thing, and then at the very end where he breaks her out of jail. That's all you needed of that, and you could have cut out the rest of that and made it and cut out a few minutes of the movie, and also got rid of one of the parts that was very much so weighing down the movie. I don't think Jared Leto's a bad Joker. I kind of like where they're going with the whole Joker gang thing, but it felt forced.
It definitely did. A lot of this movie felt forced, to be completely honest. I mean,
is the echo any better now, by the way?
1 2 3 1 2 3. Whoa. Yeah, I can't hear myself.
It comes in and out.
I like how I asked that, by the way, and both of you just stopped talking.
Yeah. It definitely comes. The echo comes in and out, CJ. So
you might have to be on manual audio control for a bit.
It's right there, so I can do that. I've been fiddling the knobs.
Yeah.
Whoa.
You go ahead and fiddle those knobs.
Oh, I do.
Fiddle those knobs. Someone has to take show title candidates, don't they?
Fiddling. Okay.
Hey, I'm on vacation. God damn it! Sorry, continue fiddling.
You're not on vacation for me. You shut your face and take show titles down.
Sorry, boss.
The theater I went into, the soundproofing isn't very well done. So we were hearing Sausage Party right next door.
Which, by the way, sounds like a better movie, to be completely honest.
What?
No. Sounded.
Dale shots fired at Suicide Squad.
I said sounded. Sound-wise, sounded like a better movie. Sounded like a more fun movie, I'll give you that. I haven't.
I have not.
Go watch it.
This is screaming to me of, hey, we should go watch The Do-Over.
Hashtag never do over.
But I mean, okay. We're gonna compare apples to apples here. We're gonna take this and Batman vs Superman and kind of put them together in this one. Both of you guys have you guys seen Batman vs Superman yet?
I have.
Negative.
Okay, well, they kind of touched on the only parts where you needed to actually see Batman vs Superman and Suicide Squad.
I already knew that
Superman,
anyway. So
Superman flies and then dies, and then there's Batman, and that's pretty much it. The
I
rest of that
already-
movie is completely like not needed to ever be seen ever.
I already knew that part anyway, so I'm just sitting there going, "Oh, here's a movie I should have seen earlier."
I actually think a good comparison to this movie is Guardians.
No, that's a horrible comparison.
No.
terrible.
It's what they were shooting for. It's what they were trying.
They're trying to get Guardians of the Galaxy. They wound up getting Avengers 2. That being said, I liked Avengers 2. Didn't love Avengers 2. Liked Avengers 2. I went into this movie personally just wanting better than Batman vs Superman, and I got that.
Yes.
But this movie, like, even though some of the camera shots were weird and like the editing was weird on this was still put together better than BVS by far. One of the problems with BVS is it took too long on certain things and kind of just started calling out towards the fourth wall. This movie kind of cut down on because there's so much more going on in it, they had to cut down on the lingering shots, which just would take on for far too long. They also realized that who was supposed to be the star of this show, and they actually casted them very well. I was very apprehensive about Will Smith as Deadshot, but I actually ended up really liking him.
Well, I mean,
I
he's
never had any doubt of
a
Margot
good
Robbie.
actor.
But
Have you seen After Earth? See After Earth and then get back to him.
okay, he's mostly a good actor.
Yeah, he has had good movies in his back catalogue, yes, but he also
had
has some
lots
real
of good
garbage. He has
I
also
Am
had some
Legend.
garbage. Yeah.
I Am Legend
Anyway.
is good.
It is good, yes. I don't know, I haven't seen I Am Legend in forever.
Hancock, which was him being a superhero. So I mean,
He goes from being a superhero to an anti-hero. But Will Smith was good in this movie, yes, I'll give you that. It wasn't After Earth Will Smith, which was the last Will Smith movie that I saw. So you could see what my expectations of Will Smith were in this movie, clearly.
Was After Earth
Like,
before
my
or-
expectations was...
Was After
What
Earth
was that?
before
Well,
or after Men in Black 3?
before
After, that
No,
was 2013 was After Earth, I believe. I think.
No,
Don't quote me
Men in
on that.
Black. Oh, hold on. All right, here we go.
Hold on,
Yeah,
here
to
you
the
go.
Indiba.
To the Indiba. But
The
go on.
biggest issue, like the acting and directing on this was actually handled very well. The editing on this, like I said, was it was not great editing. Strictly as a what?
The editing on this thing was abysmal.
It really was. Like, I mean, I haven't been behind the editing wheels in a while of a proper editing studio, but I could have done this.
Okay, there's one part that was kind of confusing me. Okay,
After
we
Earth
got
was after Men in Black 3. Men in Black 3 was 2013. After Earth was 2012. Men in Black 3. 2013. After Earth. After Earth is also an M. Night Shyamalan Elena Lang movie. So.
Oh.
Shame-a-lang-a-lang-a-lang.
Okay. One scene one of the scenes that bothered me, another Enchantress scene. Okay, the very first were like, okay, get the Enchantress out here. We just need to plant a bomb to kill the other villain. And then it just cuts to like, Enchantress has run and she starts stabbing the heart.
Yeah, there was apparently a scene that was cut out there.
And then they show this later on in the movie.
Yeah.
But they only called back to the same thing that they did earlier. So
I mean,
there was
what was the
nothing
point?
new there in the callback. So
Yeah, what was the point of actually cutting it and moving it further ahead?
I don't know. I don't know.
the one thing that bothers me in movies is if you're going to cut something out, and you can cut something out and put it forward. That doesn't bother me, but as long as you add a new scene otherwise you're just calling back to the same thing, and it just wastes time. You're wasting my time. I'm in an empty movie theater in the middle of a Wednesday afternoon. You are wasting my time.
Yeah,
it's
like
a
a
little
movie
weird.
like. Sorry, go ahead.
It's a little weird, and obviously, like I kind of want to get a hold of whoever is head of editorial on this, and just kind of smash their head into the desk a few times, because, like I said, David Ayer is really good at doing war movies. Training Day is a masterpiece. If you have never seen it, do yourselves a favor and go see Training Day. That is probably his opus, and it was. You're right in the fact that, okay, fine, they cut it out to reveal at a weirdly placed other time, but then they don't chop out that last part of it where it's just that literal scene that they didn't cut out of cut out of the first part.
It's like they wanted to cut out that entire part altogether. I mean, if they cut that entire part out altogether, that sure it makes going forward a little bit more difficult, but you can do it.
Also, why was the Enchantress even there?
Because this movie didn't know which plot it really wanted to follow. I'm sorry. Okay, my gloves are coming off.
Okay,
seriously.
So did you want a plot where it was the Joker as the main villain?
I don't know. I just.
Okay, no. We'll talk about that. All right.
Okay, hold the
right.
thought.
We're obviously wanting to talk about story, so anything else on edit? I could go into a list of issues that I had with the editing on this, but that's literally the only problem I had. The camera work is fine. The practical effects were good. The direction was great. Like, David Ayer knows how to put people where they need to be. The only person I really had an issue with that had more than a few minutes of screen time was Joel Kinnaman. And I can't really count, like you said, I can't really count 30 Seconds for Mars as if he's a good Joker or not, but, or what do they call them, the Killers? No, the Killers. I can't count the Killers as a good Joker or not.
One more thing on production CD, the music.
Yeah.
Speaking
the music.
of which,
hang on, can I open up a conversation here? I don't know if it comes in here or on, but the soundtrack to direct your scenes, that really bothered me. Like, in the opening, did they really need to have 5 songs to introduce all of the characters? Do they need theme songs for everyone?
Yes, they did. I mean, that I think was directly because of Deadpool. Because not even Guardians of the Galaxy did that far. Like, the songs to describe a scene you can blame on Guardians of the Galaxy, as can be seen by that one song when Harley's going up in the elevator that is literally just there for swing bada bada swing bada bada swing.
Pretty much, and that song is legitimately just swing bada swing, pretty much.
Yeah,
Except,
I mean,
you know,
like,
it's not.
yeah, you had Shady's back with the getting on the gear, which was fine.
Which is the strangest mixtape, right?
Apparently, and something I noticed in this a little bit on the second time, they did a little bit of weird audio editing on those songs too. Like, it's obvious that some of them weren't really supposed to be there because they faded in and faded out at really weird times.
Yeah,
like the
and the what?
Oh, and the Quinn song too was literally pitched up 4 octaves than the original.
You're right.
I was like, this song sounds familiar. It's the Troll 2 You Can Leave Your Hat On syndrome. Yes, I have names for everything. It's literally pitched up 4 octaves. It's on the soundtrack. It's, they have permission to use the original song. Like, why not just? I don't know.
You don't own me.
That's pretty much what I want. Oh dear God, no! What the hell did I just do that?
Yeah, where's my echo when I needed it?
But I don't know.
But yeah, the audio editing on this goes along with the actual editing as well. Like, they had really bad booth engineers in this movie.
The audio editing was, again, abysmal. It was awful. Sorry.
I think they
the audio
hired
editing-
high schoolers to put them in the booth. Like,
legitimately, like, I am
It's
film
coming
editing
from
by
a high
John
school
Gilroy.
person.
Like,
I know what high school film people are good for, and it's not blockbuster movies.
Okay, John Gilroy was in charge of editing by the looks of things. Where is his credit here? I just
who
had
did
it.
he hire for actual editing, and why do we need to fire him? He needs to go into the same hole as Zack Snyder.
Oh God, I was nervous about that, by the way, but he did an okay job as and an executive producer.
A fun thing on this movie, The Flash, not Ezra Miller. It was Zack Snyder.
Zack Snyder.
What?
With Ezra Miller doing a post-production voiceover. He was in London filming something else at the time, and Zack Snyder was just kind of there, hanging around, loitering, I'm guessing. He's like, I want to be the Flash! I want to be the Flash!
That was him? Holy crap.
And Jai Courtney didn't know, like, the Flash was supposed to be there, so, like...
Yeah.
He wasn't acting with anybody. Like they didn't even do a body double there.
Okay, the best movie that Stephen Price, the music director, did the best in quotation marks was Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King in 2003. The best. It was also
the weakest of the three Lord of the Rings movies because he kind of took over and just kind of ran with it.
He was also the lead music editor in Batman Begins.
Sweet. Which was dong dong dong.
And Meerkats the movie. Okay, I'm going to stop now.
That's fantastic. All right. So yeah, the editing, like everything else was pretty decent in this movie. The editing was like it took you so far out of it though that it hurt.
And I know I'm gonna talk about colors and contrast because that's what I do. I mean the colors were fine in the movie for the dark movie that it was supposed to do.
Okay.
They tried to.
The colors in this movie are so much better than in Batman vs Superman, which is supposed to be your happy, shiny, colorful movie. Why was there colors in this movie and not in Batman vs Superman? God damn it!
Because Batman and Superman was trying too hard. Apparently, I never saw
because
that.
Because it's fucking Snyder, and he knows 3 colors.
But the 3 colors work well together. I don't care that there were only 3 colors.
No, they don't.
I think the colors in this movie were
black
fine.
and reddish black are the 3 colors that Zack Snyder knows.
The colors were fine enough in this movie for what.
Yeah.
In this, if Batman vs Superman, then oh god, I don't even want to know. But
the colors, the makeup was good in this. Like that didn't bother me.
Yeah, I mean the contrast too. Like they really got that down. But with better editing, it just could have shined through. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Clearly, the set designers weren't working with the editors too well because
Exactly. Well, a lot of the sets were CG, which did prevent it, especially Midway City. They did film on set. They actually filmed on premise for Belle Reve, which is an actual prison in. Where is that? I want to say it's in
Massachusetts.
I think so. I know it's an actual prison that they filmed in for Belle Reve. They actually left the fun part is they left a bunch of the actors in there to actually make them go a little bit crazier. So the pretty much up until they got to Midway City, those were all filmed on location, not even just in a set. Then they got into Midway City, and then that entire thing was green screen.
So, talking about the Joker, that's more in the story side, right?
Yeah.
That depends.
Okay.
But See,
How
and even
did you like the Joker smile that he had on his hand?
It was
that's
fine.
fine.
Every Joker has their own stupid little thing. You know, you had the laughing gun from Jack Nicholson. You had the how did I get these scars from Heath Ledger. Every Joker has their stupid little thing that marks them as that specific kind of Joker. This Joker is not a smiling kind of Joker, so like the hand thing kind of gives him that semblance, trying to throw him back into what could be considered a Joker. This is your straight up killer, like I said, Joker gang Joker.
Oh, and you
I'm
can
okay.
tell he's got the psychotic episodes, I guess. The
Yes.
because like right there where he's in the hotel room and he's
Yeah,
got
we are
everything
definitely
laid out. What's that?
We are definitely second half stuff right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll save it for opening the second half with that.
All right.
with-
Yeah. So let's go ahead and
Oh,
cut
go
into
on.
that then.
Alright.
Unless Dale has something else he wants to say about color.
I was on the Joker thing. I'm so glad that Jared Leto played it as straight as he did. Like, I don't know. I was nervous that he was going to be all like happy-go-lucky, you know,
Yeah, but that is
Yeah.
a
happy,
version
fun,
of
best
the
quick
Joker.
time.
Yeah,
No.
he definitely did the Joker. Like, it is
Yeah.
definitely the Joker. It seems like he was paying more of an homage, and it could have been because it was it had Harley Quinn in there. It seemed like he was trying to do more of an homage towards the Batman the Animated Series Joker, as opposed to doing his own Joker.
Really?
Yeah, and I like that.
It was an absolute homage to that. Like, if you go back and watch any of the Batman and the Animated Series stuff with Joker and Harley in there, aside from the overt romance of the two of them, it is pretty much like it is him doing an impersonation of the Batman the Animated Series Joker.
Really, the animated Joker felt like he was more of a playful Joker, like oh, he'll make you laugh, but then he'll make you go like, oh, that's not good.
That was Jared Leto, kind of.
Yeah.
He would be funny. He was funny, for lack of a better word.
Let me show you my toys, which got cut from the goddamn movie.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, okay, that's your opinion that he reminds you of the animated, but
Yeah, absolutely. No, this is my objective opinion. This is not a
Yeah,
subjective thing. This is something that I noticed.
yeah, I mean,
Welcome to Rant and Review.
don't
Very
see
subjective.
I don't
Yeah,
see
right.
that Joker in Jared Leto's Joker, so
And that's fine. It just like screamed because the rest of the Jokers that you've seen on screen have always been very like they're chaos. They're chaos personified because they're playing opposite somebody who's trying to be order personified. In this case, you had a Joker who did not need to be that because he didn't play opposite the Batman.
He played opposite Harley Quinn.
Exactly. So you just had to have those two sides of the coin, which, in my opinion, felt like the Joker from the Batman the Animated Series. But again, nothing about Harley is the Bat-Taz Harley. Like this is definitely the comic book. Outside of like Harley Quinn now is basically like female Deadpool. Outside of that, and I'm not joking with that, by the way, including talking to a deceased squirrel that talks to the fourth wall and then she responds to it. All right, second half. Yeah. All right.
Yep, second half.
all right.
So because Panic at the Disco and Fueled by Ramen let us play music on the show, and I made sure that I was able to play this one before so we wouldn't get in trouble for it, but we'll still probably get in trouble for it because Content ID loves us. Here is Panic at the Disco's cover of Bohemian Rhapsody on the Suicide Squad soundtrack. We'll be back here in a couple of seconds. Stay tuned.
Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? I'm just a boy. I need no sympathy. Because I'm easy come, easy go. Little high, little low. Anywhere the wind blows doesn't really matter to me. To me. Mama just killed a man, put a gun against his head, pulled my trigger, now he's dead. Mama, life had just begun, but now I've got to throw it all away. Didn't mean to make you cry. If I'm not back again this time tomorrow, carry on, as if nothing really matters. Too late, my time has come. It sends shivers down my spine, body's aching all the time. Goodbye, everybody, I've got to go. Gotta leave you behind to face the truth. Sometimes wish I never been broken I see a little silhouette of a man. Scaramouche, will you do the fandango? Thunderbolt and lightning, very, very frightening me. Galileo, peekaboo. I'm just a poor boy now, but he loves me. He's just a poor boy from a poor family, sparing his life from this monstrosity. Easy go, will you let me go? Bismillah, we will not let you go. Let it go! Bismillah, we will not let you go. Let it go! Bismillah, we will not let you go. Let me go! We will not let you go. Let me go! We will not let you go. Let me go! Mamma mia, mamma mia. Mamma mia, let me go. There's a devil gonna stand for me. For me, for me. Sorry, thank you to stop me and spit in my eye. Sorry, thank you to love me and leave me to die. Can't do this to me, baby. Just let it out. Just let it Nothing really matters. Anyone can see. Nothing really matters. Nothing really matters to me.
All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. That was Panic at the Disco's cover of Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody off of the Suicide Squad soundtrack on sale now. Go ahead and get that right there, and inevitably we will be taken down from it, but that's okay. I have an email from my Ramen saying that we can play that song tonight. So, this is the rant and review side of things, where we rant and review about the actual plot and characters and all those good jazz. Let's go ahead and let's. It's going to be more fun by going down the list of the characters and seeing what we thought of each of them and their plot points. Since there's so many of them, that way we kind of keep on track and a little bit more focused. Speaking of focus, what did you guys think of Deadshot?
You want us both to start talking at the same time?
That's why I stayed quiet,
we
'cause I
can
know-
both do that. Yeah, I mean.
I know I'm on
good.
delay.
Yeah, and then I mean the shooting, the bang bang.
And the headshot, which, by the way, missed out opportunity. I know it's based on a comic book, but headshot, really? All of the shots he ever made were headshots. So
Well, I mean, that's the entire point of Deadshot, is he does, it's one shot, one kill. That is his entire thing. His superpower is the fact that he never misses.
I know. I'm just being a smartass. Continue.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, he made assassination look like fun.
Yeah, and that's what I loved about him. Like I thought I'm glad he went more like Wild Wild West Will Smith as opposed to like 7 Pounds Will Smith, where he was having fun with it, and it was just like he wasn't being too serious about things, because I was so desperately afraid that it was just going to be like super serious Will Smith, and it was just going to be a very boring character.
Like at the shooting range, is like he fires the shot and realizes that it's a real, it's a live gun.
A fun thing about that, it was an actual live bullet. And they're like, yeah, you might want to shoot this. Only shoot this up at the air. He's like, why? Just trust us. Because so that reaction of him jumping backwards a couple of feet was legitimate.
Oh, like you guys must be out of your goddamn mind.
And that was ad-libbed.
Yeah.
That was his natural reaction, where he just shot the gun up into the air. It was just, you guys must be out of your goddamn minds.
Oh man, and then him just like absorbing, this is my element, boom, just like nothing but headshots.
Yep.
All at the exact same point.
Loved it. And obviously the only times that he missed, and the joke, that was the entire joke, is when he quote unquote shot at Harley.
Was deliberate, yeah.
Speaking of, what'd you guys think of Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn?
Again, you want us to start talking at the same time? Because we can really do that. I mean...
Yeah, I mean, I thought Harley Quinn, she was hot for the role. Okay. She suffers from, is it Stockholm Syndrome or is it something else?
No, she legitimately fell in love with the Joker, and he just kind of fucked her up. Like,
pretty much.
Like,
Kinda.
Like,
yeah, she fell in love with him just through working with him, because, so I'm guessing, psychology minor here, by the way. I'm guessing as a child she was either abused by her father or something like that. This iteration of Harley, of course, because there's no real way that a legitimately fully rational person could fall in love with somebody like the Joker. That being said, Charles Manson's been married 4 times.
This is fair, although Harley Quinn, as you know, the normal person, is very smart. So she, before the Joker, quote unquote, effed her up, you know, being with the Joker, she might have like gained some sort of power through that. I thought it was a power play less so than the abuse side of things, but I'm not the
Well, this
psychology
was not
person
the
here, so
abusive Joker that you saw in Batman the Animated Series. Like, he legitimately fell for her. I'm guessing because she just kind of rolled with his insanity and nobody else would do that.
hmm
So, I mean, I think you're right in the fact that she got something out of this. I'm guessing she got the challenge, thus the I can handle whatever you can throw at me, Mr. J.
One scene that kind of that drew my attention really was okay right there where he pushes her into the vat of chemicals, right?
Well, she jumps.
Yeah, well,
before she
okay.
jumps. Yeah.
She jumps in, and then you see the Joker walk away, and he's like in his one of his like episodes. He's like, am I gonna go in after her?
Yeah.
And I think in that moment he's like, well, she loves me for me, just not because she
I'm the
fears
Joker.
me. She legitimately loves me.
Yeah, and you're completely right there, and I think that's where they just kind of, and that's in the story time and the timeline kind of things. I'm gonna guess that's where he started actually caring for her. Now, obviously, given the fact that you only had the Joker cut in little itty bitty pieces, you can't really tell that. But I'm guessing.
Well,
given
because
the timeline.
yeah, but because well, I think it's because the Joker finally realizes that you know he did f her up. I think it was in this iteration anyway was love because
Yeah.
the Joker's obviously like, oh, I effed her up. Now I have to not fix things, but kind of
Take
sort of make things. Yeah.
No, what was that, CJ?
He's more so like he has to take responsibility for what he's done. And given the Joker's not used to doing that, it's easy for that to manifest as affection.
Yeah.
That's actually something I liked in
But
this movie.
This Joker was he was calculating, but
Yeah, oh yeah.
he knew not he knew it wasn't the homicidal one where it's just he killed everyone. He knew who not to kill, like his assistant.
Yes. No, this was a this is more of a clinical psychosis level of Joker as opposed to a sociopath like Heath Ledger's was. This is a Joker that is methodical and a genius, I'm guessing. And you could tell that, like you were saying at the other half of the show, the scene in the hotel room where all of his knives and guns are perfectly spaced out around him to where at any given second he can grab one of them and do whatever he needs to do at that very second. He's also a very quick thinker. That scene where obviously there's more of a story behind Common's character of Master T, I think it is, in the strip club.
Yeah.
There's obviously more of that story there, but we didn't get any of it because the fucking editors are horrible.
Right, because I mean, if you would have put more Joker into it, it would have been Joker movie.
Yeah.
But okay.
Okay, that's kind of the issue you have with the Joker. The Joker is a focus on a movie. He is the point of certain movies. Like he is the point of the original Batman movie. He is the point of the Batman the Dark Knight. Like you don't put the Joker into something and just have him be a bit part. The fact that he was a bit part in this pissed me off.
Yeah, and more than that, I think because the Joker has so much kind of reliant. Well, actually, yeah. I'm going to say this, and probably it's incorrect phrasing because I'm not, my brain is literally turned off.
Second language.
I does good. Anyway, so I do have brain. So anyway, you have the Joker who is reliant on Harley Quinn to be there. I mean, if Harley Quinn didn't exist in this movie, I know she would have, but for hypothetical sake, if in a different movie, if Harley wasn't there, the fact that the Joker character and the writing was so reliant on Harley Quinn, the fact that they could have cut out so many other side plots. The audience knows what a hypotenuse is, first of all. Second of all, you just...
That was cute. That was cute.
It
was. And his daughter. That was cute.
It was cute.
That girl was actually a good kid actor.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And that actually, I didn't cry in the movie, but I came damn close at that scene. I don't know. There was something...
Yeah, like that actually like was a gut punch to me, watching him do math with his daughter, and like watching him try not to have explaining things in a like serial killer kind of way, and when she starts explaining it, they switch to Will Smith's face, and he like winces, like...
Yeah, like, should she be saying half of this stuff? Probably not. But... Yeah.
Another thing on the Joker, the fact that he's in the hotel room and he's got everything laid out meticulously, that's also OCD, right? I mean,
yes.
That is, yeah.
He suffers from just without kind of reading into it, just a little bits that we got. What I'm guessing is he is I forget the full blown. He suffers from the highest level of bipolar disorder. It's above manic depressive. It's where your wavelengths just go absolutely just completely spiked in either way, and you could tell that from some scenes where he's just like, obviously completely manic, and manias manifest all the time in OCD. All the time in OCD. So obviously he lies more in mania than depression, but there are certain parts where you could see him, and bravo to Jared Leto to actually be able to pull this off, where like his depressive stage, you could see them. They only last for a couple of quick seconds, but the fact that you could see him switch between very, very sad and manic crazy is awesome.
They're in the strip club, right?
Yes, exactly. Where you could see like the look on his face where when Harley comes up to him and starts, flirting with Common, like there's a genuine like upset, like sadness on Leo's face.
In that scene, was he upset that he was whatchamacallit, was denying Harley Quinn? Like,
no, there had to have been something else there, because but we didn't get that.
It's supposed to have more of a weight to it, because you don't hire a guy, you don't hire somebody as popular and as out there as Common to have him 30 seconds in a movie. Like,
yeah. I mean,
he was in the credits. He was like the person after the Suicide Squad people listed. Like, you don't do that unless there was supposed to be something else there. That scene was supposed to have a hell of a lot more gravitas than it did.
And the casting in this movie is all over the place, but that's in the billing. It's all over the place.
Yes.
I mean, the casting is good, but the billing is all over the place.
They cut those scenes so they can build up hype for the deleted scenes on the Blu-ray.
Which David Ayer has went on record and said is not going to happen.
Well, I was going to say that doesn't help us here and now at 1:17 on a Friday afternoon. But
unless David Ayer is lying or kind of just pulling his sleeves, he said this is the movie that he approved. This is the only movie that we're getting.
Which would make the crappy editing even more hard to handle because they did it deliberately.
All right, moving on to Viola Davis, the lady from The Help, as Amanda Waller. Dale, go.
I think. Oh, I thought you were saying her name. I think she was a dynamic character. Again, she was one of the characters that got thrown under the bus from this terrible editing.
Yes.
Like, she really got thrown under the bus because when what's his face? When they defeated the semi-boss before Enchantress's
brother.
Yeah, no, before that. When Rick Flag went into the office, when they're up in the building, and it's just them two in there, and then Deadshot walks in slowly. Yeah. So yes, save point, pretty much. Semi-boss. I'm saying that the Enchantress and the Enchantress brothers are the same major boss, but anyway. So she shot all the people in there, and they're like,
I'm guessing.
yes. Why not? So when she's in, hello. I think I crapped out there for a second. So, when she shot up all the people in there, it felt way too, all the spotters there. It felt way too weird because that seemed out of character from what we saw.
I think that would not necessarily. This is the woman who takes these human beings, regardless of how evil they were, and injects fucking explosives into their goddamn necks and sends them in to kill themselves. This is a woman who is as smart as Batman, by the way. Amanda the Wall is as intelligent as Bruce Wayne. She just uses her intelligence in a manipulative fashion.
Yeah.
That was a power play because Flag comes in there and he's acting all, like rah rah rah, and then Deadshot comes in there acting all rah rah rah, and she's like bang 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 bang. F those guys, we're leaving.
Well, they weren't credited anyway, or whatever the hell. Was.
Extra IT person 1, extra IT person 2, extra IT person 3.
Missing hand guard, I think, was in there somewhere. I don't know.
Guard. But yeah, that's what that was. That as the character, no, that was actually kind of that was in character for her, given how she refuses to lose power regardless of what happened, and you had Rick Flag and Deadshot in there trying to take away power from her. So she's basically just showing herself, because obviously she could blow up Deadshot, but Rick Flag not so much. However, Rick Flag has the mortal weakness of a bullet, so
otherwise known as Captain America in a not Captain America movie. But anyway, we'll move on.
Yes.
I don't know. I feel like the editing threw her under the bus a little bit. Sorry.
I did like Deadshot's quote about Amanda Waller. Is like, she did all that, and I'm the bad guy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I'm the bad guy, and then later, that is one evil woman.
And like, that's gangster.
It's like it's, and then the look on Rick Flag on Joel Kidman's face as he looks towards Will Smith after he says that, it's just like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, like, do you think it would have been? I mean, it would have been a 3-hour movie, but if you would have gotten like more of a backstory of Amanda Waller.
The entire point of Amanda Waller is not having a backstory of her.
Really, it's just the fact that she's as smart as Batman and she just manipulates everyone.
She is the invisible hand. That is entirely her point. She comes in, makes a very bold exclamation point, and then walks off. That's her entire thing. The fact that she was used as a plot device in this for Enchantress's level that's the part that I had the issue with. The fact that she somehow let Enchantress catch her is where I have the issue with. That's out of character for her. She let the Enchantress catch her. By the way, how do I destroy your armies? I don't know. Maybe by using your weird-ass lightning thingy and just killing a bunch of people. Like, eventually, they'll come to you. As can be seen with this ragtag group of like 6 people. There's like 3 other people there in the world right now that you know of. There's Flash, there's Aquaman, and there's Batman, and Wonder Woman at the time of this movie that people know of that exist that can come and face her. But aside from Wonder Woman, lightning blast, lightning blast, lightning blast, lightning blast, done.
and then she ends up being forced into a wall and it's dying anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Enchantress versus Wonder Woman is the way of winning, but that's beside the point.
Well, yeah, Amanda, what's her face? Yeah. And then her death was just like, yeah, Amanda Waldo. Her death was just like, oh dear.
She didn't die.
Why?
She
Did she
didn't
not
die.
die?
No, she
No.
just got kidnapped and had the brain lightning go into her
Oh.
brain. That's how she found
Okay.
out about the top secret locations, the black spots. Or
Okay.
black spots.
Okay. I don't know why I thought she died in
Which
that. In
they
that scene
did
where
have
she
a
got
little bit of
crushed.
fun with it in Enchantress during the meeting, like, please don't touch me, please don't touch me. Oh, and her transformation is amazing. The hands coming
Yeah,
up.
that when they're holding, where the hand comes up from underneath it and turns around, and then she's the Enchantress. Yeah, that was cool. The next one's not going to take too much. We're going to skip over Jared Leto as the Joker because we already kind of discussed him with Harley Quinn because they kind of,
I've got one scene. I've got another scene. Have a problem with when the helicopter's turning and it's got the minigun firing.
Yeah.
And then the Joker starts shooting. It seems like they didn't edit it. They left like a second on that shot.
Yep. Like the fact that it was already firing and then they went to the Joker and then he started shooting. Yes, that is a horrible continuity jump.
Yeah, he's not firing yet, and then he hears like action. Da-da-da, then he starts shooting.
Yeah, like.
Yeah.
Editing in this movie is terrible.
It bothered me the first time, and then it bothered me the second time I went to go watch it.
Even more, yes. All right, Jai Courtney as the Boomerang.
Okay.
Captain Boomerang.
Do your best Australian accent. Go.
Strangely enough, they cast an Australian to play a New York accent. Go with Margot Robbie. But
really, Boomerang is.
No, Jai Courtney is not Australian. I think he's American.
It's American, yeah.
But okay, thankfully they didn't play Boomerang as a joke. By the way, I'm glad they didn't. Yes, he was the more jokey of the characters of the Suicide Squad, but he was not just an absolute joke like Slipknot was.
Yeah, Slipknot was in there just as cannon fodder.
But in every single time a Suicide Squad appears where they have the bombs in their neck, somebody is there and then dies. That is the entire point. That's because they have to call Amanda Waller's bluff. Nobody calls the Wall's bluff. Somebody dies all the time. And it varies. Sometimes it's a Boomerang, sometimes it's KG Beast. Like it's always that like C or D level villain that's like they're like, "Oh, why is this person? Oh, right, it's that person." It's the person that is designed to die.
I don't know, the Boomerang.
So he was more or less human, right?
Oh yeah, his superpower is being able to throw boomerangs really good.
Except he did terribly. Where is that water of mine?
It's. I think Rachel's listening because I just got a text saying the boom goes the idiot. I don't know what that text means, Rachel. But I'm glad the only time they actually had him really throw a boomerang was when he threw like the Arkham City boomerang with the camera attached to it.
Yeah, I was half expecting it to look like the Arkham City.
Hey, Rachel is listening. Yes, the boomerang batarang.
The Boomerang batarang.
Let's see. It was that scene, and he also threw it when Slipknot tried to escape, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he threw it to try and tried to get away, and then they blew up Deadshot's, or they blew up Slipknot, and and then it came back to him, and well, it's kind of what they do.
Okay. Before we go to the next to the next character, Katana, they just like threw her in there.
Yeah, that was we need somebody else to be on the good guy team. Katana's a member of the Suicide Squad every so often, so she'll be there. And it's a shame because I love Katana, and like the only thing you got out of her was what Rick Flag told the fourth wall. Like.
But again, it goes to the point where they were trying for this key group of characters, but they just kept branching out. They just kept They kept adding people in. You know,
Yeah,
why not just keep it to the? I mean, Cortana was good. She was a good.
Yeah, she's
character.
gorgeous, Rachel. You're right.
But I just, she just could have used a bit more texture,
Lines?
I guess.
Like
Yeah.
the best lines out of Katana came from Harley Quinn. I mean, like she got 3 lines in the entire thing, and one of them was crying. Like
Yeah, one of them was
Yeah,
literally on the script.
I wasn't enough
Katana
like.
crying.
Yeah, Rick Flag explained why she was crying to the sword.
yeah, everything else you got Rick Flag talking to the fourth wall. That's the
But
only
that-
other thing you got out of her Katana.
That
And like I
did
said,
not need
best
to be
line was,
there.
Hey, Harley Quinn, nice to meet you. I love your perfume. Is it the smell of death? Like, that's great. That's awesome.
But that's not necessarily the Harley Quinn stuff was not necessarily talking to the fourth wall. That is just
No,
that
Rick
scene
Flag
transition.
talking to the fourth wall. That right there is a complete Harley line. Is that I love your perfume?
Yeah.
Is it the smell of death? That's a complete Harley line.
Well, that's a scene transition too, because then after that it terribly cuts away to another scene because the editing's terrible. I'll stop saying the editing's terrible. I will never end saying that.
All right.
You're lucky I'm not recording this week, otherwise it'd be just 2 hours after the show's finished, just me sitting here going the editing is terrible.
Yeah. So I mean, Boomerang was fine being the character whose superpower is to throw a boomerang.
He was the weakest. He was the weakest.
Well, that's kind of his point. He is meant to be the comic relief in a movie that really didn't need the comic relief. I think like most of his stuff was post Deadpool reshoots, seen with the pink unicorn thing.
Yeah, fair.
I think he was meant to be a much more darker character before Deadpool came out.
Mm.
We'll get to Croc, Rachel. Next up is Jay Hermanez as El Diablo. My third favorite Suicide Squad member because he is freaking awesome.
Where was he?
Like seriously, but every time he's on the screen, just like he sets the scene on fire, literally and figuratively. Like he is a great actor. I don't know who this guy is, but he's fantastic.
But this character was screwed from the get-go. To be fair, I mean, I said earlier, like
who didn't do much in the movie, like he got quite a few scenes in. Like he was cut apart the least, I think.
Yeah, but
You got a lot of Diablo's backstory. Like you got all of why you
yeah.
should give a shit about Diablo, and then like once they showed you the backstory of him, like oh shit, he's gonna die.
But with him, yeah, we got backstory, but he could have been so much more. They gave him a cop-out line of basically, it's not my fight, it's not my fight, and then, you know, he gets wired up and then blows the whole building up.
No, that's kind of his character. His power
yeah.
is literally demonic. Like he's not a
I know
medic,
that,
he's
yeah.
possessed. That's the reason why he's able to
Yeah.
manipulate flame. I did a little bit of research because I've never heard of El Diablo, but after seeing this, I did research on him, and his power is like he is demonically possessed. So like that's the reason why he made the line of the more power I got, the stronger my power got, because the demon inside of him is a demon of greed. So every time he got more power, the demon got more and more powerful. That's also the reason
To be
why
fair, though,
in the jail scene where he's like, they put him in there and all of a sudden he incinerated everybody, it's because the demon inside of him's like, all right, here's how we get ourselves to be the top of this. Here's how we become the kingpin.
To be fair, though, the movie would be a hell of a lot easier if Delabro just set everything on fire. Like, to be fair,
Diablo.
Diablo. Sorry, I got.
But also,
my-
that's kind of a cop-out. They do the same thing with Thor in the Avengers movies. Like, all right, this guy obviously is overpowered. We have to do something to keep him from just completely steamrolling everything.
To stop him from steamrolling our budget.
Yeah, that too. Yeah,
movie
kind of
cost
like the
enough
fire
already.
David got you pissed off of the mana pool, Dale, from Rachel. But so that's him, and yeah, it sucks that that I had to go do research for any of this. You could have just quickly said, he's possessed by a demon. That's why they call him El Diablo, and then that's it. That's all you needed.
Hey,
Mr.
CJ.
Fourth Wall talking Rick Flag could have easily said that.
That was probably originally in the movie.
Most
But guess
likely.
what? But guess what?
The editing
editing's
sucks.
terrible.
Yes. All right. Now to Rachel's favorite character, Adewale. I'm not gonna try as Killer Croc.
Triple A as Killer Croc.
Yes. I expected this character to be absolutely horrible. I was anticipating this character just being absolute shit, and he was one of the most lovable, awesome characters of the entire movie.
Yeah, and the suiting of him too, like to have him in a physical.
Yeah, practical
Suit.
4-hour makeup session. By the way, his costume and Diablo's tattoos took the same amount of time. 4 hours every day. Rachel's nephew Brendan and I were joking about Diablo. The reason why his tattoos took 4 hours is because he was so much of a wuss, and every time they took a marker to his face, he started giggling like a little schoolgirl. That tickles.
That tickles. Stop. But I loved Boomerang. I loved not Boomerang. I hated Boomerang.
Killer
We're on
Croc.
Killer Croc. Yes. Killer Croc was amazing. And at the most important moment when they're all like,
The weird ass butt wiggle when he went into the damn water. Why did he have to wiggle his butt? I don't understand.
butt wiggle, butt
I
wiggle.
remember that the little wiggle to get down.
Yeah, he's twerking as he went into the water. I'm so confused as to why that needed to be a thing.
So, question. Why did the underground get flooded? Was it just...
What? There's no reason for it to be flooded.
I feel like, oh yeah, a team's gonna go down there and dive underneath.
We need it
and
flooded
then-
so we can show off Killer Croc's movement in the water.
Yes, exactly. That is exactly it. Wiggleshack.gif, by the way.
No. No.
But yeah, they didn't flesh out his character too much, but he didn't really need to. Like Fourth Wall talking Rick Flags, yeah, he was just born this way, and they treated him like an animal, so he acted like an animal. Cool, that's all we needed. He's super
Although
strong.
knowing-
The weird crocodile thing. Cool. Moving on.
Although knowing this movie, I'm surprised they didn't use Lady Gaga's Born This Way to introduce him because they had music to introduce everyone else.
I seriously, Rick Flag talked to the fourth wall more than Deadpool did in this movie. Just putting that out there.
Killer Croc.
But yeah,
Jeez.
the Killer Croc, they did exactly what they needed to do. They showed off that he was super powerful, that he was really a decent person. He is the Ben Grimm of this show. And they showed that off, in my opinion, very well. They didn't spend too much time on him because you don't need to spend too much time on Ben Grimm. You need to give him that one little line where he's adorable, and then you have to give him that one chance to show off how really strong he is, and that's all you really need out of that kind of character.
And it's not too far out of scene or sequence for him to be over near the aquarium, considering he's a crocodile.
Yeah, exactly. That character got kind of the short shift, but you didn't any more of him would have been too much.
Playing on the outside with the with the aquarium decorations, I found that pretty cool. And it's
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, shit, I'm beautiful.
Exactly. They did Croc very well, and they did show the fact that he had, as Rachel reminds me in my quote up top, he has self-esteem. He knows. He knows
who
what
he
he's good
is.
at, and it's hitting people really hard and thinking he's beautiful and watching BET. So there's that.
What do you guys think about that last part? It's like Harley got a bed and an espresso machine.
Appropriate
Deadshot-
for Harley.
What's that?
Appropriate for Harley, and a book, by the way, a Harlequin romance novel. Just putting that out there.
Yes, just saying.
If it wasn't so overtly right there as it is, she's reading a Harlequin romance novel and just drinking espresso, which was just fantastic.
Gosh.
So Deadshot went back to his cement Boomerang went back to the cement cage.
Yeah, because he wanted out and Waller said no. So like they each got a wish from the monkey's paw, and he's like, I want out, and the monkey's paw is like, no, this is the finger that you get.
And he's like, I deserve a lot more. No, that's American accent.
Who
Jeez,
else?
I can't put on my thick Australian accent.
Croc
And then
got
you-
what looked like a BOT and a
Yeah, he
BET.
got a he got to eat real food, got a bed, he got an actual cell, and got to watch BET. Like that's what he got, and that's what he wanted. He asked for BET, and that's what he got. Cool.
That is amazing. Like,
And they actually treating him like a human being as opposed to an animal. As can be seen with him having a bed and having an actual sandwich or loaf. And Will Smith made all of the dads who have daughters cry and got to see his daughter, which is all that he actually wanted. Like,
yeah.
all right. My least favorite character. Well, my least two favorite characters coming up next. Cara Devenglernergery as June Moon / the Enchantress.
Oh dear God, no. Oh dear God, no. Why?
Plot
Oh dear
wizard.
God, no. Why? Side plot wizard that becomes main plot wizard.
She was so powerful that she could have ended this movie in 20 minutes.
Yes, exactly. Like the fact that like random black guy X is suddenly important to the plot, and then suddenly she can there's no
connection.
None of the villains made sense in this movie. Like the Joker made no sense. Like June, like the Enchantress, kind of like her reasoning was there. I used to be a goddess. Now I'm being stabbed by this crazy woman, and it hurts a little bit.
But you really have to be walked down that path, not once, twice.
Yes.
But, because we saw the exact same scene twice in the same movie. Because why not? It's like the news bulletin on the hour every hour.
Right. Yes, Swiss cheese plot holes. Rachel says, which is a pretty good show title.
What was it?
Swiss cheese plot holes.
Push cheese.
Swiss, not push.
Swiss.
Push cheese? What the hell, Dale?
I'm on hotel Wi-Fi. Cut me some slack. It sounded like push.
God, push it. Yes, because editing. Rachel said. We have the hidden. I'm gonna. By the way, Rachel, get ready your Tito here in a little bit. We're gonna count you in here because why not? You're the hidden fourth person that I have to robot voice you for. So you're gonna give me you're gonna make me read all these things. I'm gonna make you freaking work. But yeah, just like June as a character was fine, and like Enchantress as a character was okay, but like the plot in between them, just the thread was so thin that it fell through.
And the only solution was to show us the same scene twice.
Yeah,
Like-
exactly. Because we spent so much other time. Like, she created an army! Like, her power is making people her slaves! But
we did get exclamation on that. It's called "Let's make out with random army men and to turn them into some weird creatures that are easily killable," because that makes sense.
But they keep their specialties, as improved with the army men being stronger than the other ones. It actually took Deadshot like a shot and a half to kill the army people, as opposed to the regular one, and also El Diablo, which as opposed to the regular ones where extra 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 got a bunch of headshots off too. Extra SWAT guy 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
I just wanted to say how the army was created because making out with army men. That's
making out with army men.
Because
Still
making out with
a
army
better
men.
army man than Lone Ranger Army Hammer. Raul, what'd you think of the Enchantress?
I don't know. I mean, because like June looked like she had been through hell. Yes.
Yeah.
Because she's got Enchantress in her. Enchantress, she went from a costume change from the regular transformation to the actual like empowered.
Yeah, and then for some reason went back.
Yeah,
Which
and it's
is what
like,
Crazy
oh
Warrior
no,
was.
Amanda Waller's jabbing my heart. Help me, give me your power.
Yeah, then she became hot again, and then like later when she pulled out the swords, because a wizard has to go and fight hand to hand with people that are trained to fight hand to hand.
Yeah, I mean,
Because
she could have
magic's
just
not a
teleported
thing.
around.
Magic.
Because magic's not a thing anymore.
Yeah,
Just-
but
this-
I think the reason why they brought her down like that was I think their explanation would be, oh, she's using her magic to create this doomsday device.
Sorry, hold on. Rachel wants Enchantress's abs, Harley's ass, Croc's self-esteem, El Diablo's composure, and Will Smith's uncanny never-aging ability.
And that, my friends, is called what suicides should have been. But anyway, we'll move on.
I mean, the Enchantress needed to be the bad guy because in the Suicide Squad books, she is typically the bad guy. She is the Scarlet Witch, literally. Like she is the DC Scarlet Witch. Her power is whatever the hell the author wants it to be. So yeah, they had to depower her. You're right, but how they depowered her made no sense. They made her go feral and draw two swords out of nowhere and go fight a bunch of melee specialists that she knows are melee specialists. That's the thing. She knows her enemy. There's no reason for her to go and fight them like that.
Yeah, and then at the end of the fight, it's like, enough. Takes all their weapons away. It's like,
Yeah, what she should have done in the first place.
it's like,
Right.
join me. And like Harley Quinn, and it's like,
By the way,
Okay,
beautiful
alright.
tie-in. How the hell
Yeah.
did my fire demon god completely call the Enchantress's plotline before I saw the movie?
Exactly, first of all. Second of all, isn't that what all... Second Maniple reference within 2 minutes, but how the hell... Like, isn't that the first thing that the bad guys do in the Maniple is to take all of the characters' weapons off them?
Yes, because I'm not a dumbass when I'm playing a bad guy. I know how to play bad guys. The thing is, aim for the guy in the dress, and also take away what makes the hero strong.
what's
You
that,
don't let
CJ?
the cleric live, and you don't let the fighter keep his broadsword. It's as simple as that.
Oh my god, and it's just... That drove me insane, which was thinking of the Maniple through there. It's just like... Oh my god.
Oh,
and as,
did she get her workout or what? The fact that she was just always moving. Like, she's standing still and she's doing all this.
It's because she's mystical. She always has to have her hands moving.
And she's like,
Mystical hands.
it's like, you are coming here to defeat me, but why don't you join me?
Which,
That's
by
how
the
she
way,
does
in
great
that-
abs. She's just belly dancing for 3 hours. She's been belly dancing for 10,000 years, so that's why she has amazing abs.
Wow, you just turned the Enchantress to I Love Jeannie, didn't you?
I dream of Jeannie, yes.
That's what I thought.
Been
Belly
alive,
dancing, and then, what's that?
She's been alive for thousands of years. They said that, but yes, I just turned her into I Dream of Jeannie. Yeah.
You know what? Replace I Dream of Jeannie with Enchantress.
Take away your weapons.
You know what? Replace everything. Keep what's his name? The one that finds it, captain or lieutenant, whatever his name. Keep him,
Rick
but just
Flag.
Colonel something, right?
Colonel Flag.
Yeah.
Yeah, Colonel Flag, by the way.
Oh.
I know this isn't this movie's fault, but god damn it, DC, what is wrong with you? This is a DC Comics thing, and this has bothered me since I read fucking Suicide Squad #1, a John Ostrander's run, back in 1993 when it got reprinted. You don't name your character Colonel Flag!
Also, side note, how much involvement did the comic book author have in this movie?
Jeff Johns is now the executive producer of all DC film, and he is one of the leading comic book authors. John Ostrander hasn't written a comic book since like 1994. The current
Answers my question.
writers of Suicide Squad. I think Jeff Johns might be one of the writers for Suicide Squad, the comic book. As you could tell, this movie is drastically different from when you see it Batman vs. Superman because, and I say this because it actually holds a lot of gravitas for comic book fans, Jeff Johns is a genius. Like, he's the guy who made Aquaman a badass. He's the guy who gave me my favorite Green Lantern of all time, Kyle Rayner. He is the reason why DC Comics still exists. So the fact that he is now running it, he's basically the what is the dude's name in Marvel? Kevin Feige. He's basically that role where he gets last say on everything that goes in there.
Like a kind of.
I think he might have been napping when they put through the final cut of this movie. Just putting that out there.
He was snoozing. I reckon he was in the editing room, to be completely honest.
Oh, no, there's no way Jeff Johns was in that editing room. There was no possible way David Ayer or Jeff Johns was in that editing room. All right. Speaking of Colonel Flagg, what do we think about the guy from the Supin Community as Colonel Flagg?
He's mildly attractive, I'll give him that.
But he's not Tom Hardy. I wanted Tom Hardy.
I know.
You want an attractive man. You want a good actor. That's the guy you want.
I said mildly attractive.
But he's the guy from Community in the Soup. This is a bad choice. This was a bad recast.
Okay, yes, but how did he... I mean, I felt like he played a real soldier as close as he could.
As close
Negative.
as he could play a real soldier. Maybe.
Or as bad as a comedian could do as an impersonation of a soldier. Sure, I'll give you that.
Yeah, it just drove me crazy. Like, and my issue was we have a comedian trying to play a soldier and failing it, as opposed to one of the guys who actually looked like soldiers, the extra guys. You could have had one of them be Rick Flag and gave them a name, as opposed to extra 1, 2, 3, 4. That bald dude who led Team Alpha, that dude could have been Rick Flag.
Oh, better acting chops than
right?
Rick Flag did. But the thing, and I don't want to service people, they do an amazing job. God bless their hearts. But in a fictional movie,
Dale, he's not even.
I said mildly attractive. Out of all of the eye candy in this movie.
Sorry, I'm catching up on Rachel's. Why did she get encased in mud? Clearly, no one taught her that's not how you masturbate. With her flailing hands, won't get you off. From Enchantress's flailing arms.
Enchantress's flailing arms. Anyway, so I think.
Flailing arm. My point. Inflatable flailing tube man.
Anyway, in a fictional, Rick Flag was not dynamic, and I think he was trying to play it too straight. I think if he had that. Oh, go on.
I mean, this was another. I'm guessing this is another post-Deadpool thing that they had to do. Funny, a comedian trying to be a serious role. What's the last time you tried that, DC? I don't know. Maybe Ryan Reynolds is Hal fucking Jordan.
But he pulled it off well because he didn't play Deadpool completely straight, though. That's my point.
No, I'm talking about from the Green Lantern movie, him playing Hal Jordan.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I thought you meant him playing completely straight in Deadpool.
No, I'm guessing Joel Kinnaman was casted after they decided that they were making the Deadpool movie with Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. I don't know. It's I think and I didn't even think that. No,
Deadpool's pansexual, Rachel. He loves everybody equally.
Exactly. Rick Flag wasn't the worst part of this movie though, because we all know the editing was. But in saying that,
but he's the worst character, in my opinion. In my opinion, he is the worst character.
In my opinion, he is not. Unfortunately, we'll disagree there. Because
Boomerang was worse, but they didn't give Boomerang nearly as much screen time as Rick Flag, who is the leader of the squad.
Yeah. director of the squad. I'll give you that. Leader is another thing. Director, he was there to guide the characters along the path. Realistically, they could have, they could have found the path themselves eventually. But I don't know. He felt flat and was just weak. He was a weak character, and out of all the lines he got, it was just.
It's supposed to be is supposed to be Captain America. Having a weak leader like that is just not okay.
It really isn't. And then when Deadshot finds the top secret book and throws it, and all that Rick Flag does this face.
Yeah, exactly. He pulls
That's
off
the-
his best Natalie Portman impersonation with not reacting at all to that really emotional scene that should have been bigger than it actually was.
Oh no, you found the book.
They
Oh
didn't kill
no.
Boomerang's still alive.
Yes.
Rachel. They killed off Slipknot, the rapist. I'm not joking. That's his thing. He was put into the rape because he's a rapist.
Yeah, I know.
All right, so let's go ahead and wrap this up. Any other comments on characters in general before we hit up the Tito's?
No,
I love how Rachel has the stream delay and saying the same thing that I'm saying like 30 seconds later.
Okay. No, I don't have anything else about any other characters.
All right. So, Raul, what are you gonna give Suicide Squad for your Tito?
Okay, I saw this movie opening weekend, and then I'm like, which came out, what was it, last week or the week before?
Week before last.
Okay, so 2 weeks ago.
The day
Saw it
before
opening
we started
weekend.
playing Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah, and then I saw it again today at 4:30.
Okay.
Just so I could get a refresh.
Yeah.
Thing is, I didn't pay for the second one. I had a free voucher for a free ticket.
There you go.
So, but I
That's
would
what we
have.
need today.
Yeah, I actually would have paid full price to go watch this movie a second time. It was one of those movies that I could watch, like, say, on my second monitor while I'm playing WoW or something. It's good
absolutely.
background music, good background movie to watch and get into. But it's like, it didn't bore me. Okay. I saw Deadpool about 3-4 times. And after the third time, it got kind of boring.
Because, well, you knew what was coming.
Yeah, I
so-
mean, yeah. But it was just like, in Deadpool, they kind of just, I don't want to say they over-exaggerate stuff just to over-exaggerate, because that's who Deadpool is, right?
Yes.
Okay. And it's like your classic superhero. I mean, he is a superhero. They try and tag him as a villain, or not as a villain, but as an anti-hero. But he's a hero.
Yeah.
But in this one, they're all bad people.
Yes.
It doesn't matter how well they like try and humanize Deadshot.
He
It's
still
like,
kills for a living.
yeah, he's killing witnesses for money.
Except for women and children.
Except for women and children, he's got a code. All the other ones, Harley Quinn, guilt by association? No, she did.
No, she's evil. No, she's straight
She's
up evil.
terrible. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
They even
terrible.
say she's more evil than the Joker. Like.
Oh, okay.
She's terrible. She's
Um,
an awful person.
Captain Boomerang's a bank robber.
Yeah, but he's robbed every single bank in Australia and then got beat up by Zack Snyder as the Flash.
Which,
Yeah.
by the way, there's 4 banks in Australia.
So it's real easy to rob all of them.
By the way, that did not come from me.
I think
Okay.
Katana was probably the weakest story background.
Because there was no story.
Yeah, it's just like, oh yeah, she's Katana. She's got a sword that will steal your soul.
Yeah. Hey, fourth wall, knock knock. Here's this random other person. Because we promised you Katana. She probably had a bigger part, but hey, editing.
It was a movie that was trying to capture Guardians of the Galaxy. Your ragtag team of general people who didn't really work together.
It's her husband who is also her brother, by the way. Just putting that out there.
Yes.
Okay. And my greatest thing that I loved, it was the music. I love music, which is this soundtrack had the strangest mixtape, going from like, I want to say like from the 70s, a little bit of the 80s,
Yep,
into the 90s, early 2000s.
Clearwater Revival and Skrillex and Rick Ross. That's all I have to say.
there you go.
And then it went to Eminem for like what, 30 seconds?
Yeah, but no, Dale just gave it the correct thing. Yeah, CCR and then Skrillex on the same soundtrack. It's diverse, I'll give you that.
And saying all that, I give this an 8.
Nice. All right. Rachel's currently typing me. Hey, Rachel, give me your Tito. Dale, I want to hear how badly you're going to weigh down the average on this one.
Okay, here we go. Now, I did not pay full price for this movie. Full disclaimer. I only paid $14 to go see this movie.
Raul, by the way, Rachel.
Yeah, Rick Ross, not Rick Roll. I only paid $14 to pay for this movie, so I got half off my ticket price. Yes, movies cost $28 to go see at VMAX. Just put that out there. 2 days.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was a $50
By the way,
expenditure by the time.
I'm not going to say anything real publicly. By the way, if you want to know the reason why it's this way instead of that way, that's one of the reasons why.
Yeah, because
just putting that out there.
Anyway, where's that water? Wow. I will take Rock and a Hard Place for 500, please. Also, I think
that's what
I did notice when I was over there that movie prices were relatively inexpensive.
I
Yes,
paid
and I have
$14 to go to see 3D. Like, no, I paid $12 to 3D.
It is our town. I mean, I'm noticing that as well. It is our town, hearing from other people that saw this movie. Now, I'm going to tell a little story. It was a lovely Wednesday afternoon. Me by myself in a movie theater. Yes, surprise! I didn't go with a supermodel. And yes, empty theater. And whatever. Second week on a Wednesday, empty theater. They had to cancel the screening after me because they had no sales.
Wow.
They had to cancel a 4:45 screening because they had no sales. They ran the... Yeah, go on.
Culture question here, is 9 to 5 a pretty standard work schedule over there for you guys?
We're more 7 to 4.
Okay.
So most people get off at around... Most people leave work at or get off at around 4 to 5 o'clock. So
I know you're
I understand
prostitution.
Yeah, that's AM, not PM. But anyway, yes, it's peak hour at 5 o'clock on the 9s. But so yeah, that is fair. So typically people have a 7 to 4 or an 8 to 5 workday. You don't really see many 9 to 5ers. So for them to cancel the next screening, my expectations went through the floor. Like, I had pretty high expectations going into this, unfortunately. Thanks to our wonderful mutual friend, Maddie, who thought it was the best movie of 2016 thus far. So thank you for that, Maddie, by the way. I know she'll probably hear this. Love you, Maddie. But also...
Also, call me.
I have his phone number. I'm not lying. I have his phone number.
You are red as hell right now, by the way.
You do not. I feel it. It's 50 degrees. I can feel myself being red. But anyway, so
inside jokes are hilarious.
Okay, Hotel Wi-Fi. I'm going to wrap this up. Hotel Wi-Fi is crapping out on me. The characters were good. I didn't like the fact that the scenes were driven by the soundtrack. I didn't like that at all. I didn't like the theme song. I liked the theme song, but I didn't like the fact that they had to have theme songs for pretty much everything. The score was good, though. I'll give the score some points. I felt empty. I just felt like I wanted more from this movie. And that's probably because of the abysmal editing and the abysmal audio work that I just can't forgive this movie for. I'm sorry, I can't forgive this movie, but it still gets a pass. So I'm going to give it a 6.
6? All right.
Oh. So
That's higher
you
than I
would
thought you were going to give it.
you would
Like,
recommend?
I would recommend it to people in our target market. I've been doing some marketing research lately. But hey, your turn for a tight and a hard press, sir.
All right. Well, first I'm going to give Rachel. Rachel is going to give it a 7.5 because she went in with zero expectations. Also, Margot Robbie's ass, and Will Smith making her cry because of going through any length for his baby girl. Also, she gets off leaving work, doesn't everyone?
Yes.
Top half or bottom half, Rachel, when you get this 30 seconds from now. 30 seconds.
Bottom half, probably, I'm predicting.
All right, my turn. Like I said, I went into this with pretty low expectations. I just wanted to enjoy myself, which is something I didn't get out of Met of Steel or Bat Soups. I just wanted to enjoy myself, and I enjoyed myself a lot more on the first showing than I did on the second showing. The second showing, I went in and did my film critic thing. So, yeah, it kind of poked more holes than Enchantress's heart has into it. It didn't really affect my Tito score too much. It did bring it down a little bit, mainly because I did see the giant glaring holes.
And I feel bad if anyone is going to send me hate mail because I just can't unsee it. Sorry.
It's still infinitely better than Batman vs Superman, and I actually still think I enjoyed this a little bit more than I did Avengers 2. That being said, there's no way I can give this a great score, but it definitely passes. I'm actually going to give it a 7. Because 0.5 was shaved off because it just the second time kind of almost ruined it for me. Which brings us to a average of 7.125 for our average.
That's not
Wow,
bad.
I rated this movie higher than all of you guys.
I would have given it an 8 if I wouldn't have done what I normally do with movies, which is critique them. Thankfully, I got my first showing in where I was just like, all right, this is an enjoyable movie. I liked it. Cool. Moving on.
I don't know. I don't know. My expectations were jacked probably way too high. That's all it is.
But the thing is, that tells me you don't listen to me because I told you not to go in with high expectations.
Yeah, but anyway.
Dale, listen to my advice.
Maddie.
I tell you to go into a movie with low expectations.
But
I
Maddie,
just wanted a fun movie. I knew I wasn't gonna get Deadpool. I knew I wasn't gonna get Guardians of the Galaxy. I wanted something that was just fun, and this was fun. So, but that being said, DC really needs to clean up their act for their movies. Because I mean, we were gonna watch the Flashpoint Paradox until I realized that this was coming out. I still recommend us going to watch the Flashpoint Paradox eventually, so that way we could see just how drastic DC's animated movies are, and how versus their live-action movies.
yeah. I'll be happy to watch the Flashpoint Paradox. I've been hearing good things about that, by the way.
The only one animated that I've seen in a while I think it's Doomsday.
Okay.
And Justice League versus Teen Titans.
Which was really good. That was
Yeah.
really,
So,
really good.
what's the one before the Teen Titans called? Is it just Justice League Doom?
Yeah, Justice League Doom, and then Flashpoint Paradox leads into Justice League War, Justice League Doom, Justice League versus Teen Titans, and they kind of went off and did the Killing Joke.
Oh, man, it was good, and then the ending happened.
Which explains the Killing Joke, by the way. That explains the comic of the Killing Joke, the movie of the Killing Joke. Like, every time you reference the Killing Joke, it's really good, and then the ending happens. All right, so let's go ahead and wrap this up. I'm curious as to what other people have to say about it. Go ahead and email us in geekoshow@gmail.com, which leads us into our wrap up. You can get a hold of us via watch us live Thursdays at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, Fridays at 12 p.m. Australian Eastern time over at geek-io.net/live, twitch.tv/geekoshow, tunein.alphageekradio.com on channel 1, and diamondclub.tv. You can get a hold of us via email at geekoshow@gmail.com, twitter.com/geekoshow, facebook.com/geekoshow, and our geek hotline, which is 727-489-4335. That is 727-489-GEEK.
Indeed. Next week on the Geek IO show, we're going to have some terrible editing. Smackdown time! Sorry. Next week, we're going to have a Manipool special episode where we create a couple of new PCs and just kind of hang out.
Yeah, for no reason. No reason to create 2 new PCs. Just
No reason!
because it's been a while since we created PCs, and
Exactly.
when we did them, we didn't actually do them on the air. So
Hashtag Forever Sparkle. But if you do have any questions about our D&D, or about D&D in general, or our campaign, please do send it into us. What was the email, Raul?
The email is...
Not in the show notes.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha! You're the new Budlog.
No, the email is geekioshow@gmail.com.
They literally
Yes!
just sent email.
Sorry, Raul. I had to. I need to earn brownie points back somehow.
Yeah, geekioshow@gmail.com because I see it right here on YouTube.
All right, so that means that it's time for this. Play, yes. Shut up. Play it.
The Summer Movie Smackdown Update.
Thank you. Didn't want to open that for some reason. Would you want to open this in VLC? No, like I've done that every other time that I've opened up a freaking audio file. Thank you. For some reason, it didn't like that one. So, yes, SmackDown is starting to wrap up. We only have a couple of more weeks in this. The last week's movies are opening up today with Kubo and the Two Strings, which I'm probably going to go see tomorrow night, maybe, if not next weekend. But we've not really had too much of a shakeup in the polls.
Yeah.
Jazz is still in the lead with $49.8 million. Dale's in second place with $41.1 million. Rachel moves back into third place with $39.9 million. Mara is in fourth place with $38.5 million. $0.5 million.
And Raul is coming up the rear.
Raul is golfing and has less than half of Mara's score.
Hey, quick question. Mara paid $28.
Correct. That's
Yeah.
why it's only earned her $2 million so far. I think. No, $8 million. What's the one that's only earned $2 million so far? Sausage Party. That's right.
Yeah, because I paid
Sorry.
$15 for it.
So
Yeah, Suicide Squad's bought in $8 million.
yeah, Suicide Squad's $8.4 million for Mara almost.
Yeah, but like okay, let's just say Sausage Party made close to $50 million, say $40 million.
Yeah.
For Sausage Party.
It
In
beat.
its first
It almost
week.
doubled Pete's Dragon's freaking. Like the Disney hype machine failed miserably on this one. Pete's Dragon only brought in not even $28 million, and Rachel spent $19 on this, netting her only $1.5 million.
I still got the lowest movie though, because why not?
Because that's how you roll. You typically get the lowest and the highest, but this one's a
Pop
little bit.
stars never stop popping your pop pop. That's fun to
So what
say.
do I need to win this? I need Kurobo and the Two Strings to make what? $500 million?
Yeah, a metric shit ton of money.
Got literally $7 billion.
And Rachel needs to do the same thing with the space between us. And Dale still has War Dogs and Ben-Hur. Ben-Hur only being a $5 movie, like...
I don't know.
It's $5 movies bring in money, as can be seen by, let's scroll up, Jason Bourne, Ice Age. $5 movies are a steal. Like
Ben-Hur.
Yeah, if Ben-Hur if The Purge outperforms Ben-Hur, then there's something
I
wrong
will
with this
resign.
world.
No, I won't resign, by the way.
Ben-Hur, you're probably going to be looking at about, I'm going to guess $75 million off of Ben-Hur.
No way, I'm good.
Not net. It's going to gross $75 million.
No, aren't.
Oh, yeah, over the 2 weeks, yeah, it'll net 20. It'll net 75. It won't hit 100. There's no way it hits 100.
No, I reckon
War
it cracks
Dogs
50.
War Dogs might hit 100. There's quite a bit going. The marketing engine is finally firing up for that one.
I need 8 million.
The one with was it Seth? No, not Seth Rogen.
Seth
the
Rogen
other-
was Sausage Party.
What's that?
Seth Rogen is Sausage Party, which
No.
still has an 82% on freaking Rotten Tomatoes.
You
That
should
sounds
go
like a
watch
better
it
movie.
and see why it's 82%.
Hashtag never sausage.
No, I will see that when it comes to Netflix, inevitably in 6 months.
What if I send you a ticket?
No, because I still have to locate time to go see the movie. And time is money, friend.
Not if it's a free ticket.
My time is money, friends. Yeah, hashtag never sausage. I like that one, by the way. Stop jacking high, Dale. Tell Dale, no jacking high. I don't know what this means.
What?
I don't know. She's telling you to stop jacking high. I don't know what that means. And then I'm being yelled at because I'm ignoring her because I'm hosting a podcast.
All right. Talking about hosting a podcast. This week on the Geek.io network, Generic Live Show is on vacation.
As can be seen with him in a hotel room.
Yes. How it's
God damn. Rachel, he's hosting a podcast.
How It Stacks does Lethal Weapon 1 and 2. The Twitch channel has been on fire. I've been streaming Doom, which I finished last night. Twitch.tv/Geek.io show. Took me a second there. And CJ is in No Man's Sky.
I found I found that game's worst planet yesterday. For those who weren't watching my stream, like it's constantly raining acid and like everything is underwater. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try to do this anyway. It took me almost an hour to get out of that fucking swamp.
And Life of an Accounting Droid does the Rogue One trailer and more.
Microphone fell.
Indeed. What?
My microphone fell. Sorry.
Yes, I'm going to stop jacking my high right now, or as we like to call it, because we're weird with our temperatures, jacking our top. Also, please remember to visit our Patreon site over at patreon.com/geekio. That was a small monthly donation. If you got something out of the show, please consider helping us out with a little value back to us so we can do more things. Lots of rewards for you to go have a look at. $1 a month Actually, you know what? Okay, I'm going to change it. $1 a month goes a long way to correct bad editing.
Yeah, I mean, we can. Never mind. I was gonna shots fired. I was gonna shots fire at Daryl, but I'm not going to.
And if you want to listen to the show, we can be found on geek-io.net/Stitcher. What?
Don't ruin my joke.
What?
You ruined my joke.
You ruined his joke. Continue.
Oh.
You're number one, Raul.
All right. Check us out on geek-io.net/Stitcher and geekio.net/iTunes. Leave us an honest review, and we'll gladly read it on the show.
See, I'm disappointed now because I thought I was number one, but Raul's number one now, so...
I have the button.
Oh. Hey, I also can mute people. I also have
the person
limited
with
buttons.
the button is usually number one.
Yeah, you have a button that can mute one person. I have a button that...
Exactly. Show title candidates for episode number 165, our written review of Suicide Squad.
I have a button that can mute the YouTube channel, so there's that. I have the master buttons, just putting that out there.
Again, hoping for the... If anyone wants to put any more show titles in here, but this is all I took down for the Geek IO Show episode 165, our written review of Suicide Squad.
Only? There's a lot there.
Only. They're not really good, I will
There's
say.
like a full page worth of freaking show titles there almost.
I'm not really good at taking show title candidates. I'm just
No,
putting
you're
it out
not.
there. Jazz, please come back. Hey, you're on vacation. I'm here. I'm just kidding. I hope he's having a safe trip, by the way. Just want to put that
Yeah,
out there.
you have Wi-Fi. He doesn't.
Fiddling with my knobs. He likes big... Oh, wait, that's... I shouldn't read out private messages.
Oh.
Yikes, that could have ended badly. Trying for Guardians, and all I got was Avengers. He made Assassination look fun. The Boomerang Battering. Butt wiggle. Why did he wiggle to get down there? Swiss cheese plot holes. Because making out with army men. You just turned on the Enchantress. I can still play them. Enchantress's flailing arms. Anything else before we hit up the Tito's? Peak hour at 4 a.m. on the 9s. Hashtag Forever Smackdown. I don't know what that was. Shut up and play. Thank you. Hashtag Never Sausage and Jacking Your High or Top. Actually, you know what? I'm going to say he likes big buttons is a show title candidate because that is pretty good.
Yes, I do like big buttons.
It wasn't. By the way, the message wasn't referring to TCT. It was referring to
I
one else.
still
So
like
I
big
could.
buttons, and I cannot lie. You other brothers cannot deny. You other hosts cannot deny when a button walks in with the itty bitty font and just a big red thing in your face. You just press it, and then you
Big
wind
sound
up
in
with
your
the
face?
show. You wind up with this. Goodbye, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Bye. See you next time.
Of the Geek IO Media Network, where you put your geek in and geek out. For more geeky goodness, head over to geek-io.net. Copyright 2016.
Wait for silence.
Sorry, Rachel. By the way, just want to get that out there.
Has been a podcast of the Geek IO
Messing with Raul because I want to.
I'm trying to get silence so Dale can get an audio sample of the background noise.
Why am I going to need a sample for the background noise? I'm so confused.
No. So you can remove the.
Dale's on vacation. You get to edit
I'm
this.
on
time.
vacation.
Oh, I get to edit this thing?
Yes.
Yes.
All
I'm
right.
on vacation. God damn it.
Okay. Files. Export.
I have 44 minutes before I have to leave. That is oddly specific, I know.
Was it 65, right?
65, yeah. I allotted out 3 hours for this, so yeah, that's that.
Yeah, well, Rant Review typically runs pretty. Why are we still live?
Yeah, why are we still live?